On September 2nd, 2025, the Patent Office granted Disney a patent for a car that figures out your favorite franchise and redecorates itself around you. That's a real federal document, and it's strange enough on its own. That is not why we're here. We're here because of the reading list. Buried in the citation record of this patent, submitted to the federal government by Disney's own attorneys, is this. Disney's patent lawyers cited the Chainlink blog in a filing to the United States Patent and Trademark Office. And 6 months ago, Chainlink's own engineers put the full architecture of CCIP, the protocol they've been building for cross-chain settlement, into the same federal database. Neither document trended, neither came with an announcement. That's normal. Patents are where corporations put money on paper years before they put anything in a press release. Today, both documents, page by page, plus the exact free method I use to find things like this. Everything in this video is public record. Let's open the stack. Quick frame before the exhibits, because it makes everything else land. A press release costs a company nothing. A patent costs real money, attorney hours, filing fees, and prosecution that can run for years. Companies do not spend that on technology they think is a fad. A patent is a legal invoice for a belief. And there's a mechanic most people never learn. Applications generally publish about 18 months after filing. The database is a time capsule. What you read today is what a company believed was worth protecting a year and a half ago. You'll see that mechanic run live in this episode. Chainlink's team filed the first CCIP provisional on July 12, 2024. The application published January 15, 2026. 18 months. Almost to the day. The clock is real, and you can watch it tick. Here's the method. 20 minutes a week, 3 free tools, 1 classification code. Tool 1, USPTO Patent Public Search, the primary source, the actual federal record. Everything else is basically a mirror. Tool 2, Google Patents. Objectively much worse search, but better reading experience, I will say. I find on USPTO and read it on Google Patents. Tool 3, Justia, the underrated one, because Justia builds assignee pages, 1 page per company, every filing they hold in 1 list. Bookmark the assignee pages for the companies you care about, and you have a free monitoring system. The last piece, and I bet you didn't know this, classification code. Patents get sorted by CPC codes, and blockchain has its own. H04L9/50. Search that code. Sort newest first, and you're reading every fresh blockchain filing across every industry before any journalist does. Don't believe me? And look at that, the CCIP filing, classified under exactly that code. This isn't theory. This is how the document you're about to read gets caught in the net. Assignee pages for depth, the CPC code for breadth. That's the whole sweep. Now the exhibits. Systems and methods to present in-vehicle content based on characterization of products. Assignee, Disney Enterprises, Incorporated, Burbank, California. First, the invention itself, because it's genuinely worth 2 minutes. Filed November 13th, 2018. The system lives in a vehicle. The car has docks and sensors that talk to the electronics embedded in a product you're carrying. The claims name the technology outright, an RFID chip. Think of a toy figurine of a movie character or the kind of band you wear at a theme park. The spec says exactly that. A device worn by users of a theme park or a cruise ship. The car detects the toy. From the toy, it identifies you. Then it pulls your history, the set of products you own or have interacted with before the ride. Toys, games, books, clothing. And in the claim's own words, services like an attraction at a theme park or a movie watching experience. Then it does something very simple and very Disney. It sorts everything you own by brand, counts which franchise pile is biggest, and decides that's your favorite. Your affinity, determined by arithmetic. And then the car acts on it. The claims are specific about how. The system controls the climate control or the lighting to deliver an entertainment experience themed to that franchise. The description goes further. Story content synced to the ride itself. Plot beats timed to stop signs and speed bumps, and shared experiences across multiple vehicles driving together. 7 years in prosecution. Filed 2018, granted September 2025. That's a long fight and a lot of legal fees for something a company does not believe in. Now, the part that made this an episode. I'm gay and trans. Only kidding. When Disney's attorneys prosecuted this, they disclosed the publications they considered relevant. That's the duty from Chapter 1. Read what they disclosed. An IBM paper on blockchain for mobility, dynamic NFTs in the NBA playoffs, NFTs for the attractions industry, decentralized theme parks, and the one they chose as the technical explainer for the whole concept. What is a dynamic NFT? Published on the Chainlink blog, April 7th, 2022. 10 pages. Cited by applicant. Cited by applicant, not by the examiner. Disney's own team put the Chainlink blog into the federal record. Now, the honest part, and this is the part that keeps this channel worth watching. A citation is not a partnership. It is not an integration. It is not a deal. And this patent does not use Chainlink or any blockchain in its claims. Anyone telling you otherwise is selling something. What a citation is evidence of attention. While prosecuting a patent about physical products that unlock updating, personalized branded experiences, Disney's legal team was reading the dynamic NFT literature and decided it was material enough to disclose. A dynamic NFT is a token whose content updates based on outside data. Disney's invention is a toy whose experience updates based on outside data. Their lawyers saw the rhyme, the reading list proves it. The largest media company on the planet doing homework on Chainlink's home turf in writing. And you're dooming Anna. Hey, if this was useful, the subscribe button is wherever it usually is. I do this kind of stuff every week. Filings, patents, and the paperwork institutions hope you find boring, really. Adoption gets patented before it gets announced, and history gets filed long before it gets reported. Follow for more.